thing about life is...
Happy Monday. I want to focus a bit on AFC versus Shabana. We tried live streaming your game kidogo, the network was low. I'm meant to understand that actually Azam, or I don't know which telco companies, but during match days nasikia wana slow speed ya internet so that people cannot stream live. I think hiyo tabia hiyo ni ushamba. So sita focus on nyuma hiyo, but nataka ni focus on AFC versus Shabana, the happenings and everything. Now, like a good citizen your game, I was privy to arrive very early on. Niliamua nikafika stadium by saa 7 kamili. I had actually walked through the process. AFC have introduced a very nice, wonderful e-ticketing system. So I walked in, was checked, took my place and sat down. Shabana arrived, I think, around 20 minutes later, followed by AFC, who arrived around 30 minutes later. From the word go, this was a high-risk football match. So from FKF's perspective, they considered it as a high risk. And my assumption is, as a high risk, it was supposed to be hosted in one of the venues that could accommodate it. Number two, these are the two teams in Kenya currently with the highest fan base. No disrespect to God, but hawana mashabiki sahizi. So AFC and Shabana can literally fill up Kasarani Stadium. My question, and this is the point that I want to start my podcast or my YouTube on, is why did FKF take the football match to Ulinzi Complex? I think Ulinzi Complex can seat about 10,000 to 15,000 people. I don't think it's a big ground. My facts may not be right, but I really think Ulinzi Complex cannot seat more than 10 to 15,000 people seated in one go. Or it could be less even. I'm thinking it could be less because my mathematics are a bit off. So, like a 1-year-old, I want to understand, why did FKF take a high-risk match which has so much at stake to Ulinzi Complex and give Gor Mahia Nyayo Stadium? So literally Gor Mahia were playing on an empty stadium. Anybody who was watching Azam TV, ilikuwa mpaka unasikia mpaka ndege zikipiga kelele. I don't understand that logic, number one. That venue change to me was a wrong decision because it really meant AFC could not tap into the revenue they could have if that game ingechezewa wapi? Nyayo Stadium. I think you can see from the photos, you can see from the videos above here, it was a fully packed game. Gor Mahia FC can never fill up a stadium that much right now. I think that was, and that would still be, the two most watched clubs in Kenya. Performance-wise, they are not performing well, but they're the two most performing teams in Kenya. Secondly, with all due respect to AFC, that match has been moved to Ulinzi Complex. Again, on planning, Ulinzi Complex has one entrance. Guys, sidharau Ulinzi Complex. I understand walijenga ni stadium nzuri, but my question is, do we really think in terms of revenue? Because I think AFC lost nearly half revenue yenye wangepata jana due to how kuingia stadium ilipangika. If that game was played in Nyayo Stadium, gates zote zifunguliwe so that all the entrances you scan, meaning you can actually allow many people to get into the stadium within a very short period of time, I really think AFC could have benefited. I'm really looking out for the figures today. AFC have been very transparent this season. They have been putting out the figures. I am really looking out to see the figures. I am 100% sure that the gate collections could not surpass probably 1 million or 1.5. But in actual sense, I think yesterday AFC should have made close to 3 million or 2 million thereabout. It's a wake-up call to FKF. These high-risk matches, what are we using? Do we just want to make Kenyans feel insecure? Because Shabana fans were well-disciplined, AFC fans were well-disciplined, there was no rowdiness, there was no chaos. Why take it to a military stadium? Is it we think that the safety and security matters more than the fan base? Are we trying to say that we think so much of a high risk in terms of fans aggravating? Or are we thinking of a high risk in terms of many people coming in together? Why couldn't that match be played in Nyayo Stadium? Why couldn't it be played? Hata Kasarani, watu wangeenda. Even Kasarani Stadium, watu wangejaza jana. I felt very bad because it was a good crowd. It was, and then lastly, Azam. Who is your marketing guy in Kenya? No, who is not marketing guy pretty per se because you have a good marketing person. Who the hell decides the matches you want to show? I understand the whole concept about showing AFC Gor. I understand that. But how the hell do you not show a match between Shabana playing against AFC? Technically, it is kind of showing a game between Singida and Tanzania Police, and skipping a match between Simba and Yanga, because Simba and Yanga are the biggest crowd pullers in Tanzania. So technically, Shabana and AFC are the biggest crowd pullers in Kenya. Tunaonyesha mpira ya nini? Tutaonyesha aje watu waende stadium if we cannot show that game that people were there, that match that everybody was there to watch? Second part of this, now we are analyzing the match, because I've talked about the crowd. Now let's talk about the match. Let's dive into the game. Game yenyewe ilikuwa aje. Niko na highlights leo mpaka mabao. So keep lock. What are the second one? Highlights the game. Game ilikuwa aje? Ilianza aje? Ilienda aje? And how did it go on? Keep it locked.